All right. It is today is 29th of October 2022 and it is 6:10 p.m. in Dubai, so it should be 7:40 in India. So today's topic of discussion is experiencing life transformation. So this is the time has come to just take an account of our lives in the beginning of the year. So in the New Year message, I have given that this is the year there will be complete life transformation of all of us. Means it is a general phenomena. It's for the humanity.
Opportunity with myself will be able to review it all. I think that's great.
So even it is that we are experiencing individually, but the effect is coming from.
Even though I'm a native Tamil speaker,
experience is coming for all of us, but only thing it is played out in a different way. So this any type of change in our lives, we resist change. Earlier I was telling that we like to change, we want to change, as well as we resist change in equal measure. It is a human nature. If there is any change comes, then we get panicky. That is the symptom of our ego. Ego sends some panic signals that what's going on is, things are wrong, and things are out of control, things are not stable, things are not uncertain, and these different ways. It is not a new thing that what ego is doing now, but it is important for us to understand this change is different than earlier, whatever we faced in our experience in our earlier part of the lives. That's why I decided let us focus on that. What are the things are happening, and of course it is happening in our own unique way. But there are some common generalities that all of us we are facing. So then it is needed understanding, and we need to go with the flow of that change so that we can ultimately reach to our destination, to the other side where we need to be, after the post-transformation. So first of all, that why the change is happening all over the globe. I already spoken about the energy shift on planet Earth. Mother Earth energy already shifted. And so those I'm not going into that again. So now it is more focused about our individual experiences, how we are facing it. So that is the thing we need to focus on. Any type of change needs some kind of force. I'm just explaining in general now. Otherwise, some force is applied, nothing changes. So that it remains as it is. So that is. I'm not going to Newton's law. I'm saying in general. So now what is happening in that there is a change is happening, and therefore some energetic force is being applied on the planet Earth. And we have to face it so that we can go to the other side of it. So any kind of, suppose any flood comes. So the flood washes away whatever is there. But at the same time, it creates a possibility. The lands and everything comes with a new layer of soil and all whatever old thing washed away. And then there is a possibility new thing starts. So this is how the nature works as well. During the flood, or suppose there is a storm going on, during the storm, we need to protect ourselves. We cannot fight a storm. No matter whether we like it or don't like it, we cannot fight a storm, what is happening. So the strategically, we have to simply, the we have to be alert, aware, but wait till this phase is over. Exactly similar strategy we have to do now. We cannot throw our hands and fist in the air and trying to do something. It will be counterproductive. We'll be there, can be damage can happen. So we should protect ourselves, like we have given that, like a tortoise. No, tortoise, when the thing comes, he put all the head and hands into the shell. No? So if some disturbance comes outside, protect itself. So that is the strategy. It doesn't fight the change, only it protects till the phase is over, and then it again starts wherever it is going, moving. That is there. This phase of so-called pause or slowdown, what happened in this particular year, that is also year and from the COVID era as well. So that is also important for us to go through this phase, and why it was that I have already explained earlier. Our cellular design changes, and we have gone to the cellular level to crystalline structure, so that we can hold more energy and more power. So in this phase now, based on how we deal with it, if we are acceptance and with our connection with our divinity, our own inner, our own higher selves, and this connection, if we can anchor ourselves, then we will not get blown away by this kind of wind or storm or flood or whatever you call it. But you need to be stable. You cannot just mistrust that, okay, then what's wrong with it? I'm doing so many things, but still why I'm facing this? Because it is storm and everybody has to face it. It doesn't see the good people, bad people, and all. Everybody is facing it in their own way. I have met many people of the different social structure, different economic class, different countries and different nationalities and all this. So if, suppose I am bothered about, my savings are going out, then that may be my personal problem. Or somebody who is a very high, multimillionaire, so they were struggling, their projects, multi-million-dollar project gets stuck, nothing is happening. So their problems are proportionately big. If we just need little bit of support to move forward, and they need waiting for a bigger approval to come, and that is not coming for maybe 2 years or something of that nature. Or somebody maybe got cheated in some $2 million cheat, so their problems are proportionately big. See, what I'm basically saying, the changes is happening everywhere. These things are, happening all over. It's not that people are so-called safe because the old system is no longer working. That's why the chaos has come. Whatever we have experienced in our earlier part of life so far, we try to address this issue based on that experience. Now, as the energy has changed, those old systems will not work. So this understanding you have to give. We try and we'll fail, but this fail does not mean that we are, we are incompetent. Only it means that now that particular system has changed. Suppose door locking system has changed from key to has a card. So even if we have a key, we cannot open the door. It needs a card. So we have to get the card and open the door. No need to blame that, I used it for so many times, or so long time, so many years, every time door open, and why this is not opening. And we are still trying to find out where the keyhole is. You will never get it because the system itself has changed, so it has upgraded itself. So this is, I'm giving few examples from understanding purposes that what's going on. So best is to protect yourself so that you unnecessarily don't go into the, onto the, go into the mad rush of the things and think everything is chaos. So many things are happening outside. So many things are changing, falling down, destroying, and the war is happening, and some COVID came and gone, and so many people has died, and all this kind of things. There is a reason to be feeling panicky and upset, but at the same time, these are the indications that anchor is not in the outside, anchor is inside you. Okay, that's why the masters are guiding for several years now, that how to anchor yourself, how not to, face all these changes, what is happening. I think earlier I have given one example of, in the park, the children play on a disc. There is a disc rotates and they hold some rod, and, some park they have it like a merry-go-round sort of things. So in this, if the disc is rotating too fast, then there is a chance that people that on the edge, they get thrown away by centrifugal force. Even if you're holding that holder, it's not good enough because it's keep increasing. So best strategy is come to the center of the disc, so that movement is minimum. It will still move, but you will not face that much amount of force to throw you out. So that is a strategy you need to adopt in this case also. Now, whatever is happening, we have to adopt that strategy. And in this, as I was telling, it is kind of like a storm, or it is kind of a flood. It will wash away whatever we had before. Old system are changing. There is no point in holding to the old system. You have to trust yourself, trust your higher self, the inner guidance to pass you through, to all these phases. To connect with your inner higher self, and those techniques, whatever you have learned, you use that. We need to meditate more to get into center ourselves, to calm down this panicking and fearing mind, because now that fear will be converted into the pure love. This process, whatever spiritual understanding is, all these processes are leading us to the next level of energy or era where we'll operate, and that era is based on pure love. We already had a session on the pure love and other things. I'm not going into that detail, but there we are going. So before going into that exactly, in this year, I also told this is a year of Shakti. That's a divine feminine energy. Before coming into the divine feminine factor in the spiritual further understanding, let me give you some kind of symptoms. What are the symptoms? Not necessarily all of them everybody is facing, but there are some symptoms people are facing. So I have noted them down. I will just go through them some. So we'll start with that. Sometimes you will face, actually, let us start from the practical aspects. We may be facing some abrupt change in the life. It can be a job, it can be friends, it can be hobbies or interest or living environments, or it can be sudden impulse or some situation arise, we need to shift to another location or change the job or change the things. Also, it is happening the change of relationships. It is maybe the old circle of friends is no longer, attracting you anymore. Maybe new type of friends you are more like to associate with, different, the type of, travel or gathering you used to attend earlier. Now you don't have interest into that one. Type of the discussions, like a gossips and all, you may not like them at all. We already had a session or loneliness to aloneness to that all in oneness. So even if you are alone, but you are not feeling that lonely anymore. You know, these are the signs you are enjoying more of your own time, quiet time, and your that the inwardness has started. And that has been one of the symptoms that what we are facing. That is one of the change we got. Maybe it has started during COVID era, whatever the external circumstances. But I am not telling the by force that we are going inside. We are enjoying more of our inner space rather than going and unnecessarily giving our attention to many things outside. Maybe the habit of watching TV, etc., has reduced. Then our whoever on the spiritual path, we are going into more into the meditation, and or it's simply just keeping silent and just being with yourself. This is the type of thing we are enjoying. So in that also, it is the relationship with the external world is changing, in that way. And in some people's life, they're actually the relationship, because relationship is one of the major thing people are normally informing me, I come to know, and that is being changing. I'm not saying that whoever has got married, you have to change the partner. I'm not saying that. But the relationship within your marriage also can change. The way you look at each other, now that is also changing. Maybe more acceptance has come, more understanding has come, even if without telling. Whatever is earlier tried to be most irritable factor in your partner, in your spouse, now maybe it looks acceptable. It's okay. We understand, some part of it. Even though we are not saying that we agree with everything, but the acceptance from our side, our spectrum has broad enough to accommodate this. And of course, this has the repercussions on our relationship also. So these are the kind of things that's happened. Some of the external factor has also happened, and we are in a different phases of transformation, and we are going to something better in your life. Better means not necessarily the way we think. Maybe we think a bigger house is a better life. Not necessarily. That may not happen, but it will happen the way as per our growth. What happened is our energy level has gone up. Because of energy level has gone up, now I'm talking whoever in the spiritual domain, we will be given a life which suits into that kind of energy capacity. So don't allow unnecessarily your mind game to reduce it. The tension, worry, and what will happen to me, all these kind of things, if you go into that territory, it will reduce your vibration. Your energy will fall down. You will not be able to reach there where it is waiting for you. The kind of life it is already planned by your soul consciousness as per your own unique path. You will not be able to do that. Just hold on to that. Don't come and drop because of few weeks has passed or 2 months has passed, nothing happened, doesn't matter. That time in this dimension is linear. Higher dimension, there is no time. It will happen, but wait for the divine time. Earlier long back, I was in ONGC in Panvel, in Maharashtra. There is one. So there was one. We used to go for some restaurant they have opened up. We have to go, and it's a new colony, and they opened up. They used to take a lot of time to prepare food, but we have to go and see just menu. So the two-way card menu, and in the menu they have, on top of it they have given some kind of gyan. Say it is written there. Will make you wait to serve you better. So this, it is just it got reminded to me that it is divine also, our works in that way. Whether you agree, disagree, believe or disbelieve, every time I meditate, I get, messages coming from the angels and guides, and multiple angels are working with us. They are around us all the time. They are working harder. We are not working anything. We got like, even I was communicating with my higher self. Then I was just asking, are we get lazy? So he said, no, you are not getting lazy. You are being non-doer. You are non-doing with awareness. Be wait for your opportunity to click. There is no point in just showing some activity to keep yourself busy. That was previous era thing. We have to show some kind of activities running here and there, and show people how disturbed we are, and bothering each and every person around us. That was not the way. That era has gone. More you quiet and calm down. Even if I get whatever, get a lot of time, and most of the time I simply sit in meditation, automatically go into meditation. There is no need for that. It is just go and the communication starts, and then I get all the answers and all. Whatever be the questions, and get guided by my higher self, and all the masters, they're guiding us. But from that, I'm sharing all this now, that these chaos and whatever changes you are facing and all these things, it will come down on its own. You need not to do it. You are feeling restless. It is understandable. Why we are feeling restless? Why we are thinking that it is a problem? Somebody says a beautiful thing. The problem remains problem where the idea of the solution has not come yet. So it is just a matter of waiting for that solution idea that has not clicked in your mind. That's all. That's why it is remain a problem. But every time, and in my life also, I've seen that I'm going through that kind of thing, almost in the age, nothing else beyond that. Something clicked in my mind, and nobody, outside it is doing. Outside people are helping. I'm not, discredited that. But what I'm saying is, idea has not come from outside. Idea came from within me. The path forward. Slowly it opens up the path, and it goes up and down and all these things. Even also ask, I was asking that give me the understanding why it is that we are saying that we are falling down, like it almost like a rock bottom. We are hit rock bottom. So why it is that? Why we cannot just, stay there wherever we are? But why it's needed to go down? Because that makes the things, our mind gets panicky. When we are falling down, it feels like things are going, maybe we are staying in a house, we have to leave the house, and people got panicky, what will happen and all this. So, or some death happened in the family, some near and dear one has bit panicky, what is happening, what will happen. See, the understanding what is given to me is that we are going to some, like climbing, say the final range in the Himalayas, like say we are mountaineers or trekkers or whatever it is. So we have to go up to the largest range, mountain range. That Himalayas, and there are mountain ranges. It is not one hill. They say to reach there, the path is you have to cross all the ranges, like one by one. You have to go up and down. Whoever has traveled, even if you go by car, you will see the lot of ranges we cross, right? It is not same straight up. I have not seen that any range, I'm saying, or visiting a state. One hill is yes, only up. But if you go to a further into the higher mountain ranges, then it is always up and down. And down means sometimes you have to go deep down where the river is there. There is some gods and river is flowing, and touch the river. Again, you start climbing the other side. So this is the normal path is going, it ultimately taking us to the higher. So whenever your path is taking you down, don't get panicky. You are not falling down. It is just a path is like that, undulating path, up and down path. It is ultimately taking to the higher, the level, that your destination where you need to be. but don't, you will be experiencing that why we need to go down, and our brain says that why is there is need to go down is a lot of time, lot of effort, and lot of things. That is our logical mind. But path is like that, we have to follow. If we need to go there, we need to follow that. So that is the way we have to go there. So this is about. Now let's see the other symptoms. Other symptoms are. So first is abrupt changes. Next is that you will see suddenly the feeling that your relationship with nature has increased. Yeah, earlier you never used to like that kind of nature, but now you like more to be with the nature if the situation permits. So if there is in a given two options that visiting the natural area and visiting with a big city or tallest building and all these kind of things, you may prefer to visit where it is the nature is more. So that is comes our natural choice, our connection with the animals and all those things are also changing rapidly. Otherwise, earlier maybe we used to, if we see a dog on the street, we have to feel like throwing a stone, but now not. We don't feel like. Okay, I said okay, let it live its own life, and like that. I'm saying straw dog. It can be for any kind of animals. So we have that section within ourselves has changed. We are communicating also when we are expressing we are operating from a much loving zone rather than taking all these things as our enemy, and they are the nuisance creators and all these things. Our attitude to them also has changed. So then comes, and also there is a. Now let us go into the philosophical area and see when we look at the outer world nowadays. We don't see that. We feel sometimes it may or may not happen. I'm saying everybody is undergoing this, but it may happen. We feel it is unreal. This is too fake. To live with in the external world. We don't feel comfortable with these things. It looks like very unreal, and it is. There is It is this kind of the world is not known. It is not the world we used to live in. We used to live and communicate, and the way we used to, treat each other, and all this is like it is very much unrealistic. It is very artificial. If you feel that means it is. Just let me tell you, the external world remain as they were. You have elevated yourself. That's why it looks little unreal. That's why it doesn't look like it is, like for minor things, people are fighting with each other and all those things. You don't want to go into that fight anymore. We don't feel interest into that. Earlier position was, I will also see, and I will keep them straight. This is wrong. I have to keep the things right. Now the attitude is, the last session I was telling about the qualities of that. So you are not too much into that right and wrong, and as if you have the ownership of establish what is right. It is not there. Let it be whatever it is. Yeah. But we are not there to straighten everybody and correct everybody and all those kind of things. But it looks very unreal. It looks like why they are unnecessarily fighting and unnecessarily indulging into so many things, which is not really serving thing to anything. You started giving the bigger picture already, not falling into the ditch and start fighting like a people, the pigs fight in the mud, that kind of thing. You're just elevated. You don't want to interested in this kind of dog fight. So that your perception has changed. You have already gone out from that, and you on contrary, you feel like feel okay with your isolation. doesn't matter whatever the things are going on. You are okay with, you are, you know, you are not there, you are isolated, but not only that, and the certain level, after crossing a certain level, you are enjoying that now your company. Earlier, you are not been able to be with yourself for just for a minute also. Something or other need to start, some sound, something, TV, something, or at least going out somewhere, doing something, and all this, busy with many things. But here it is internally, you don't feel the urge to go back to that kind of lifestyle. It is okay to, okay, I'm at home, I'm fine, it's okay, so it is comes like acceptance of yourself, and that things, and more like your inner world is opening, more your inner dialogue, the intuitive things and inner things are opening up. So many of us, we are going through that, and that is, we are having start. That's what I'm saying. We are not, say, earlier used to say we are forced to stay. Why we cannot go out and see? It looks like all the enjoyments are on outside, But that idea of that all enjoyments are outside, that has gone. We are okay with wherever we are. Maybe, talking to a few things, messaging and something, that's enough. No need to go and meet somewhere and go and all this kind of things. And this, even going to that movies and all, because of COVID also that impacted, but those kinds of habit has gone. We are not compulsive enough. If it happens, it's okay. I'm not saying absolutely not, but the attitude has changed. So from the external to internal. And also this kind of, as we are experiencing this change, and there is a change in the perception. This is also not necessarily everybody is doing, or maybe doing it, maybe feeling it sometimes. We are a little bit feel like a lost who we are. So like the old thing has gone, our identities has gone. At the same time, we have not fully gone into the next level where it is completely clear. Our rebirth has not happened yet. There is some period of transition, and that transition, maybe we feel like a little bit lost. We don't know who we are. Is it really that thing we are supposed to get, or something? So this kind of phase is normal. Don't think that you are getting punished for that. You are just getting ready for that, your actual rebirth of that new era to happen. Some of our lives, some of us, we have already gone into that new, they go into the different area, different job, new area, new hobbies, new things already started. Some of the things are, some of us are going through that, and it will happen for sure. The timing is different for different people, but it will happen for sure. So there is no need to go back, and that going to the old era and old thing, that will never come back. So I'm telling you right now, so better not to expect the old thing will come. So maybe old place, you'll stay in the same old place, but your living thing approach will be completely different. You will live it differently from now onwards. So now means in this year onwards. And also, some of the time, let me share one thing, that some people, their life has waiting for months and months, nothing happened. Suddenly, something happened miraculously, get a message, get a phone call, meet with someone, or something happened miraculously. Things has changed. When the things triggered, then it happened very fast. Maybe then within 2 weeks, completely different things. So whatever earlier thoughts and worries and all these kind of things has just gone. These are the miraculous changes. These can happen if we are keeping ourselves ready for it. Keep our vibration high, and things are high, and then we'll attract that to us. Also, what understanding I was getting from the from the masters that to trigger that miraculous event, sometimes we have to go to extreme phase of vulnerabilities, like sometime we have nothing else to, whatever we know we did and nothing else to do, we feel helpless. We just simply pray to please. That the trigger of going further up comes when we hit the rock bottom. I was giving example of the mountains. So unless until you go to the downhill, cross that river and start climbing up, in the middle when climbing down you get panicky and start shouting, save me, it may not happen. Because you have to hit till the bottom of that hill and climb the next one up, then you will go further high. That is just a path. So this kind of, so unless until you reach to that valley, next mountain will not come. That is also the understanding of that. So that's what is what I'm explaining as a vulnerability. Sometimes you have to lose something for the permanent and better purpose, what is yet to come. So don't get panicky if you feel like you are feeling like you are losing something what you had. That is for your own betterment. Because this is not the place, the hill what is climbing down, it is not the place where you ultimately be. It is the other one, next one, or the next one. So this is where your journey is. And you're all, as I mentioned a little earlier, your soul consciousness, your higher self, they're guiding you for that. Go with that. Trust that journey. Trust that to center yourself, have faith on this process and go with that. So unnecessarily don't get panic and all those kind of things and do whatever is it. Do whatever best and that moment, whatever guidance, intelligence you have, whatever best you can do, and rest you leave it. What you cannot do, just leave it. Don't unnecessarily worry. What will happen to my health? What will happen to my finances? What will happen to my relationships and all this? Just leave it to the divine. It will be taken care of. Okay, only you have to take care of yourself with the self-love. We already have a session on the self-love. So you need to now, it is more of a time to just center yourself and be with your self-love. That is your power. That is, I'll come to that more on that about the Shakti and the love, divine feminine part of it. But these are the symptoms and few more. Let's see, what are the other symptoms? Yeah, so you also feel time to time in this process that the synchronicities are happening, like so many things. As I said, a miracle is a major event in your life, suddenly comes unexpectedly. That is what the miracle is. You didn't plan for it. Suddenly something came and all. Same with the synchronicity. I have already explained synchronicity in the natural laws. Some synchronistic things will happen. You meet with somebody or something, which will give the clue how to come out of that. It can also happen. It can have a small way. It can happen a big way. Different way it can happen. Also, there is, as I was mentioning, there is angels and guides. They are guiding us, helping us all the time. Our birth angels, our the spirit guides, and many are, and the higher dimensional masters, they are guiding us. So those presence also, you can see that with some repeating numbers or that angelic numbers, you can see some odd places, something I said the repeated numbers or 1111 or 333 or 777 or something, some phone number in the middle, something, or some car number going in front, something. You see the time of in your mobile, when you see it comes to a certain sequence. These are the symptoms of the showing that the presence of the other higher dimensional entities are around you. Many of the presence can be shown in many different ways. So I'm not going into that detail in this session, but it different from the different people. But some of you will be particularly some type of signals you will getting more. The signals are sometimes you get like a small feather. You see find out some feather someplace. Sometimes you some place you find just one coin. Find somewhere, So don't go into the judging things that maybe it dropped from my pocket. Maybe last month I went to outside, came back. Maybe don't analyze. The truth of the matter is your experience is you have just discovered that coin. From where it come, don't bother. These are the signals. The feather, the coin, or sometimes some typical sound, a particular sound. It comes maybe some kind of bird chirping and some sound which is unusual. It should not happen in that word. So, and sometimes you can also get some kind of sound in your ear, some running in the ear, something for temporarily. I mean, so not permanently. It comes and then it goes. And also you can feel different kind of smell, something. Suddenly in the middle of in the room, some fragrance of some particular flower is coming. So there is no way the flower is there. So those are the symptoms. There are many others. I'm just telling few of them. So trust that all our own angels and birth angels and our guides and things, they are working with us, our own higher self working with us in this period of time. We are not alone. Okay, so definitely we are not lonely, but even if we are alone, we are with the higher dimensional entities. They're guiding, protecting us, so that we can move this phase forward, because this is necessary. As I got, our understanding is deep cannot have a shortcut. We cannot shortcut this process. Many times I ask my higher self that when it will be over, when this phase, it looks like this phase is painful phase, when it is over. My higher self is telling me, you are asking when it will be over. Basically, you are treating this phase as a punishment. So he's telling, I'm reassuring you, this is not a punishment. This is a process. This process is needed for your own betterment. So when it will be over, how fast I can get this? You are asking that because you are thinking it is a punishment. Somebody is punishing you. So I said, how long divine will punish me? So it's not about punishment. It is a process. Long back, I think, few years back, 4 or 5 years back, I asked that Babaji about these things. It is also posted into one of the messages in the Facebook. That time I used to put few messages in the Facebook. So Babaji is stating that the humanity is going. That time all these things has not happened yet, but I can feel that. And now the COVID and all those things, as now you have seen, it is over now. So Babaji is saying humanity will undergo, what's currently undergoing a labor pain to give birth to the new era. So that the labor pain, when the mother is giving birth to a child, that cannot be shortcut. It is not a punishment. It is a process to deliver something new. So that for that you have to undergo this process. So that's why my higher self gave me a charta saying that when it will be over, you are asking because you are thinking it is a punishment. It is not a punishment. It is a process. You have to undergo with a full trust that when it will be delivered to you. That golden era, that thing will be delivered to you. This is a process. All of our undergoing as per our own divine timing, but timing may be different. It is not instant for same. Our experience is also not same for everybody, but this is a process. You have to go through all these processes so that you come to the other things or come out clean. And so one about all the synchronicity and the numbers and all those things. And another is a symptom we are facing that we have, just as I was just explaining, that we are having more and more self-talk or inner talk with the talking to the divine that has developed. Earlier, we never bothered to talk our internal talk and all this kind of self-talk or internal talk or this higher level of communicating with the divine or the praying and all those things. So that has got increased, and more so it will be like two-way communication. Like we are getting answers also. Prayer is one way, but we are getting answers also. So internally, we get some feeling, some kind of new thought come. Those are the answers for that all your prayers that you are getting. So, in other words, let me tell you, internally, you know that it is happening for your ultimate good. You know it. You cannot miss it. Only our complaining about the process, only our complaining about why it is not finishing so fast, because we are so much habituated earlier to getting some instant gratification. Everything we instant, instant pizza, instant this, and a haircut in 5 minutes. That is the best salon, and all this kind of nonsense. So those are the things. Instant thing has to go now. So that is we are getting prepared for. So it will not be the instantaneous thing. As I said, it is a process, like to deliver a baby, or it is. So this process takes time, and that's what we are undergoing now. So that is a right understanding. So don't complain about the pain you are facing. It is understandable, but it is not the pain what we used to face earlier, like some kind of punishment, some kind of karmic thing. So, and these kind of things everybody is facing. It is not karmic. All the masters and everybody in their life, they are facing it. So it is not karmic. It has nothing to do with the karma and the punishment you are getting and all those things. Yeah. But of course, to some people, the karma may shift the timing only. Some that finish some karma before they go to the next. That is possible. But phase itself cannot be avoided. It's unavoidable. We need to go through this. So all of us, we are going through that. These changes and all those kind of things. So we are going through. And ultimately, this more of the glimpses, the symptom, more of the glimpses of your self-love or feeling of oneness, it will be more frequent now. Whether you learned it or somebody didn't learn, but they can feel it. So that is different thing, which is more frequent urge of the self-love and all. And as I said, that our tendency, normal tendency is to sit quiet and maybe, enjoy the moment, go into meditation and going into our inner world, and all will get to be connected with that. That becomes a more and more common with us. And these are the symptoms. Yeah. Okay. Now at the last point is about explaining this about, as I said, the year of Shakti, the Mother Earth. We are getting blessed by Mataji, and Mataji is also guiding us, and so the understanding of that is that our pure love is in our core. That need to open. This is a process to open our. We are prema sarupa. We are a manifestation of love, pure love. That need to open in this phase. Because unless until our heart chakra opens and the pure love faculty opens up, and opens up not only just during meditation, in our life. So unless until we become compassionate with this operating from that era will not come. It is we who will make the change. Nothing will change from some outer space, somebody, some ET will land and change the world. It will not happen. We will change. So that inner change is necessary, so that is reflected into the external world. This inner change, that is what is happening. That is finally happening. All of us, we are undergoing those changes. And now the understanding what I'm getting is these needs, it is a year of Shakti, divine feminine. You see, understanding now, today I'm sharing with you that understanding we already had, the Kali Puja, and we had our Diwali here, and before that the Durga, and I was just praying for the understanding of that, whatever these things. in our in Indian culture, all this the power is form is in the Devi form. It is a female version of the power. So and also it is motherly qualities, the divine feminine, the nurturing, caring, and taking care of others. Also, mostly you see the mother who can sacrifice herself to give to the children and babies, like that. So that is also more of a this kind of the nurturing, giving your children more than what you really also need. So you get part of it to do that nurturing, caring. So that kind of qualities it is being developed within us. So now, what my question was, I asked that the Devi Shakti, that from where this need. This is apparently it looked contradictory, So Devi is powerful, is it needs whatever killing the demon and all those things, and all the same time, how can it be the loving, caring thing? It looks contradictory. So then I was given that example, understanding of the example. They are saying that the motherly, this qualities, it is like the coconut. Okay, only the outer shell is hard, and inner core is completely soft and liquid. And to reach to the your own core, that you need to break that hard shell to reach there. That's why you need the power to break that, to get into that. What you are facing, what you are undergoing, that is breaking that shell of the coconut. You have lived enough life of only with the outer shell. It is of no use now. You have to go to the core, go to your soft core. You have to go to that place and to do that. So that is that energy, the divine feminine. It is breaking that shell to get into that, our inner core. And as it needs power to break that one. We are crying and shouting and jumping. So just hold on. It's again, as I said just earlier section, it is a process. It is a process. You are not getting punished. It is only your hard shell, or maybe but your ego has created a lot of layers on top of it. All those are getting cracked, and that is getting cracked to go into your own core version of it. So then you can be able to operate from there. You will be given enough protection. Don't say that my protection is gone. Those are the false sense of protection. Because you will, once your that core has been reached, you will have that power. You will have that power to protect and all those things, like the Devis, they are the protecting from all these evils. You will be able to have the power, but you need to operate from your own core. And that core, pure loving core, which is connected with the creator, that need to reach there. This process is necessary to that the crack that and come to that level. So with this, I will conclude this learning session. So if there is any question, so you are welcome to ask me now. Any question? Anyone?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes, Monali.
You just said now that we have to keep our vibration always high. So even if I'm doing this 100 stomach breathing meditation and all that, sometimes because of my circumstances or whatever it is, I won't blame my circumstances, but maybe my fault only. Sometimes I feel that it's going down. So what to do about it, Guruji?
See, your direction, keep walking. Your direction should be going higher. As I said, the mountain up and down is a normal. Okay, no path in the world is completely straight up, unless until it is made up, like if somebody made a bridge and all these things, which is not normal, but not common either. So you go with the flow. If it come down, do it again to come up. It's okay. Don't judge too much that it is going down and what will happen and all those things. What my advice is, as long as direction is in the right direction, you don't run away, you go on the backtrack, then you are fine. Even if it has come down, even again it will be come back again. But keep practicing, and you will be fine. So there is absolutely no issues there, and it is normal rather. Ups and down, no one can retain that kind of high vibration all the time. Okay, that is also normal. But when you are aware, then you can work on it and come back. Okay.
And Guruji, one thing is that you just said now that we need to open our heart chakra, not only during meditation. You showed us how to do the chakra dhan and all that. So while doing this chakra dhan, I don't know. I mean, okay, I feel very good and all that. But how I will know that my heart chakra remains open? I mean,
No, that is by only Kriya. Kriya can, if you do normal Kriya, it will keep open. Okay. And what are the symptoms I have just explained? If you're feeling that symptoms, then definitely your heart chakra has opened.
Okay.
Okay, you're no longer bound by your ego only. So that is the signal that it has gone. So my advice is, don't bother about actually open, not open, how much percentage open, and those are not necessary. Just go with whatever you have learned. You will be guided, and it will be fine. Okay.
And Guruji, another thing. And this meditation, earlier we used to do the 6-step meditation with Pran and Shikhar Mudra. Well, I was doing also. And now you have showed us the chakra dhan. Shall we follow this chakra dhan only, or if I feel like I can go to that 6-step meditation also?
No, this chakra dhyan is not given as a regular practice. Time to time, you do that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You keep your normal practice. Suppose you get time and you feel like doing, you do that. Okay. But no need to. If you do daily, it's fine. There is nothing wrong there. Okay. But you need not to drop the other one and do only this. So you do time to time when you feel like, as you were saying, you feel like little bit. I dropped into my low. You do that. That day you do that. Something. But not regular would be our normal practice. What we do, that should be we do it regularly.
Okay. Thank you, Guruji. We are really blessed to have you as our Guruji. Thank you.
Bless. Yes. Any other question? Oh, Sonika, you raised a hand. Yeah. Yes.
Thanks a lot for today's session. Each and every word which you said, I can connect to it. And I completely agree that, these things are happening. And still, when in the morning I wake up, I feel very relaxed and very fresh. And I actually forget, whatever is happening. And the day start and, all that again starts. And you're right that, whatever we are trying, we cannot see the way. Though in my heart, I'm very, full of contentment, and I don't have any fear. But still, I can't see the way, and I'm also feeling, whatever you said. But still, I think that, I truly believe in you, and whatever you said will surely happen. And maybe it is just a process, and it's perfectly fine. And we'll definitely, go through this. So maybe,
only thing is, it has to be titiksha. Don't expect too much. It is just a process. Expectation can ruin the experience. Okay.
Yes.
So just keep the expectation low. Go with the process. We'll be there. It is already planned. We are all destined to go there. Okay. So it is only about what I am basically advising is, by our mind interference, let us not disturb it. Let it happen. Okay. That's all.
Fine. Thank you.
Okay. God bless you. Yes, Chaitali.
Guruji, I want to ask that why we fall sick? Because of our low vibration, or because we have a body, so we are bound to fall sick?
Yeah, you have a body. Body has its own way of dealing with things, so it is normal to fall sick. It is not a punishment. It is a correction process. Okay, body corrects itself. Something happened. Maybe we have eaten something or exposed to too much cold or something. Body has got its own way to correcting itself. So it will happen normally. So in that way, so means it is an idea that nobody can fall sick. It cannot happen. As long as you have body, you will fall sick. You see the Gautam Buddha's three things: old age, and disease and death. It will happen. You have to accept it, take whatever precautions, whatever you like to do, but it is not a punishment. It doesn't show that you are anything less spiritual or you have done something wrong.
Okay. Guruji, second thing is that, okay, this is what should I say? This is our soul's choice, that this type of disease we will have to have experience, or this is just outer things like.
No, if it is a chronic one, say long disability or say cancer or this kind of thing, then most likely those are karmic.
Okay.
Okay, so that we need to undergo based on our karmic thing. But I'm not talking about those kind of major disability or diseases or something like that. I'm talking about just falling sick for fever and all these kind of things. So those are two different things. So small, these kind of things are not decided by our own soul consciousness. These are local phenomena. Like something went wrong and some parameter has to be adjusted into our body. Those are local. But if it is a long-term thing, those are most of the time it is based on our own karmic thing. We bring that along and that played out in our lives.
Okay. And Guruji, one more thing. I don't know about my past lives. So why do we carry forward our karma? Why do we carry forward our karma? Because whatever happened in my last life, that was my last life karma. Na? If this life I'm not harming anybody, and I am not knowingly harming anybody, then why we carry forward these things? I don't. I, I know it's a silly question, but I don't know why we carry forward, because that
No,
life
it's
is
not a silly
finished.
question. Maybe I need to conduct another law of karma session again here to understand it fully. Okay. But as you have asked, I'm briefly touch upon, because today's topic is not karma related. So that's why I'm not going to detail, but I'm just answering your question is anything energy unbalanced, our soul level, it needs to be corrected energetically. Otherwise, we'll not be free as a soul. Okay. So anything we have done, good or bad, have some good luck and you are enjoying it, then this question you will never ask, why my past life good thing has I'm getting reward now. See, this is normal. It is just like an energy balance. Only thing that as our lifetime is limited, if it cannot happen, settle in this life, then it is passed on to the next life. That's all it is. Okay, it is nothing to do with your this life, you have not done anything and all, but at soul level, everything is known, everything is designed, everything is planned. Okay, your soul knows everything. So you are not getting punished. You are getting neutralized that whatever has been earlier lifetime could not be finished. This lifetime, you finished it and come out of it completely. You got liberated. Okay.
Thank you, Guruji, and I will again wait for your this karma related.
I will have another session on karma also.
Yes.
So
Thank
that it,
you,
all
Guruji.
this will be
Thank
clear.
you.
Okay. God bless you. Shreyashi, you raise your hand.
Yes, Guruji. My question is that you mentioned that this is a like a process that we are going through, humanity as a whole, we are going through. So, like, so sometimes certain situations, I will tend to sit and analyze, thinking that whether it is my karma, or whether it is a process, or whether it is divine trying to test our faith, that whether we completely um, surrendered with the idea that divine will take care of it, of the situation. So um, it, whatever the situation is, it can be any of these three, right? Like if we are experiencing any uh, uncomfortable situation.
No,
So
it's okay.
question to you is, should we judge, or should we think in that direction, and or not, or like what should be the approach?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Okay, so let me put it in this way. um, See, everything is whatever is happening, there is happening for a reason. Okay, only thing is we don't know the reason, don't know the purpose. That's what we feel, that we are getting punished, or we are getting this, or we are, why it is troubling, why divine is punishing. Nobody is punishing here. There is no such thing. God is coming and getting angry and punishing anyone. Okay, all these are happening with due permission of our soul consciousness, our higher self, whatever is happening. Without that, just like in Hindi, they say, patte bhi nahi hil sakte, like that. Okay, everything is happening as per our soul's plan or with due permission of the soul, because we need to address certain things in a certain way so that we learn our lesson, spiritual lesson, and come out of it completely. Earlier, we learned that situation goes from our lives. So that is what it is normally happening with us. Now, as you take the punishment factor out, so now these experiences are, whether it is a karmic origin, whether it is just happening for the first time, whether it is a global phenomena, these, what my advice is, let us not bust our brain in analyzing from where it has come. It is intellectual exercise. Or at the same time, when the things arises, don't leave everything to the divine. No? So you take care of everything. Because always divine also given us your body, mind, and intellect to act upon. So my advice is, take a decision which is as per your best, whatever you can, take a decision you take with the best of your ability, then you leave it to the divine, not before taking action. Okay, then Mahafalashu Karachana, then you leave it to the divine, but you have to make sure that you have done your part, you have done your best. Self-help is the best help. So you have done your part, then you leave it to the divine to take care of how it plays out. That is the right way of approaching things. So basically, I'm saying leaving everything to divine is also not a good idea. Nothing will happen. So you have to do your role, your part to the best of your ability, whatever the circumstances demanded, whatever your, intellectually you find that is appropriate, you do that. And then you leave it to the divine. So that is the right approach to live our lives. And then whatever comes automatically, just accept it and go with that. And that's how it is to be, our life to be lived. Okay.
Okay, one follow up on this. Like, in certain situations, if there is like no action needed from my end, what to do in that scenario?
No, that's what I'm saying. Not to take action if it is a conscious decision. That means you are already addressed it and you decided no action to be taken in this. That is fine. Okay. I'm not saying you have to take some action or other unnecessarily. Forget about action. Let me put it in this way: choice. You have the choices. So you have to select the choice appropriate for that particular incident. If the choice is non-action, be it so. That's fine. But you have already, consideration has been given, and from that analysis, it is coming that no action is needed right now. That is the action. Means this action is not to take any action. Okay. Action point. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Guruji.
All right. God bless you.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
Kavita.
Thank you.
God bless
Your
you.
words are like blessings to us.
God bless you. All right. So if there is no further question, we'll go into our Kriya and meditation. So just sit straight. Okay, before that, another analogy is coming to my mind. Let me share that before I'm going to this. It is about the sense of loss. When undergoing this process, we may find that there is a sense of loss. We lost something or going something away from our life. But understanding have given to me that it is like, now the winter is coming. There is a fall time. No? Fall means that Patchar ka mausam hai, right? So now the leaves are, in the tropical areas, leaves are falling down, getting yellow and falling down, and all this kind of things are happening. When the winter comes, maybe all leaves will go, particularly in the mountain areas, and all the leaves will be there, and the snowfall will start, and all those things. And the people will, whoever is US, they are sharing a lot of photographs of that, the fall color or something like that. That is good. Nice to see the different type. The yellow then goes to red, and then it falls down. No? That leaves are falling down. So when the winter comes, it is completely, there is no leaf left. The tree stands, winter comes, snowfall happens. So whatever we are going through, the what divine is giving me understanding, it is Patchar ka mausam. It is not the killing of the tree. Okay, the tree will again, the leaf will grow, new leaf will grow, and the tree will be full again. But you have to undergo this process, the seasonal changes, then it will make you much better and bigger tree when the winter is over. So that is the springtime, I think. Then again it starts. So spring, I'm not sure what it calls, but anyway, hopefully after winter, whatever it comes. So then again the leaves will start, and the tree will be again full. So that is the understanding of the phase we are going through. So this is the phase. Whatever your sense of loss, treat that as a Patchar ka mausam. It is not the killing of the tree itself. We will not die. It is not the end of it. We get scared if the leaves are falling down, but losing greenery and all those kind of things. But this is normal process. So we are undergoing through that process in the much, much higher scale, in the humanity way. So undergo the process with a full faith that again, that leaves will come back, new leaves will come back, and tree will be alive, no doubt about it, and bigger and better. So, okay, I just shared this understanding as well. So with this, now we will go into our the Kriya and meditation session. So sit straight and breathe in and breathe out a few times to relax yourself. Relaxing breaths are deep and long breaths, but I'm just explaining, it is just for understanding purposes, but the force will not be there. There should not be any force. This kind of force will not be there. It will be very slow and relaxed and with a minimum force. That is the relaxing breath.